So here's the deal. He's in the Netherlands, living as a refugee. I mean, he's going to get he's getting settled status, but he entered the Netherlands as a refugee. So I want you to figure out whether, okay, ask him some questions. I want to know. I want you to get to the end of the call and decide, like, okay, he should be there, or like, why him, or something, right? Go ahead, ma'am.
I just wanted to ask, how are you providing for your family, and if you're working right now?
Yeah, now I have a house. Yes, they pay me every month my expenses, and they want me to learn Dutch first. Then I should learn something to do some job in maybe next future, and to help my family and to feed my family.
Is your wife also been offered opportunities to work in the future?
Also learning Dutch, but for her it's pretty difficult because she didn't know even the alphabet of Dutch, because our language has a different alphabet, so it's real difficult for her to learn Dutch.
What did you do in Afghanistan?
Yeah, I worked for a long time, maybe around 8 years, with the Word and Conversation, and also with a joint project with the NATO, with Afghans Independent Bar Association, and Penn State, a joint project for the NATO. Yeah, I was working for that, and also I was as communication advisor for the TVET, Technical and Vocational Education in Afghanistan.
And you were teaching English, right?
Yeah, I was teaching English and also teaching Persian.
Okay, so she said, what attributes, what skills do you have, qualities that you have that you can bring to your new community?
Yes, I have really something that to offer here, but nowadays I'm learning. Yeah, when you come from a different culture to a new culture, it's pretty difficult to realize what you can do here. Yeah, I can do lots of things. It's my second time. I'm immigrant. At the first time when the Taliban captured Afghanistan or Kabul, I was in Iran. I worked here. Yeah, and I was really successful here. Yes, I do a lot of things, and I will will have that in here, and I'm good at learning. Yeah, I was good from the beginning. I'm good at learning. I will learn something to do here as well.
You said you taught English. Where did he live before? In Afghanistan?
In Afghanistan.
You said you taught English in Afghanistan. Do you plan on doing so in the Netherlands as well?
Could you teach English, Mr. Rashidi?
No, because all Dutch, learn English at your school, and all they know English better than me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is pretty different in Afghanistan. In Afghanistan, at school it's not good. They don't teach English good. Because of that, everyone needs to learn it beside the school at language centers.
What would you say is the hardest part of being a refugee?
Yeah, it has two. I can say positive and negative side. Yeah, in some ways it was really good for me, and I came here. I'm not under the Taliban, and in some ways I left my everything, my beginning. Maybe in 2 months or 3 months, I get 50. I made everything in Afghanistan, but I left it all in Afghanistan, and I will start here again. Yeah, this part is really difficult for me.
Can you tell us why you left
Yeah, why?
Afghanistan?
Yeah, why did you leave? Like, what was really the thing that just you said, I have to leave?
Left Afghanistan, you mean?
Yeah, yes.
Yeah, maybe you know, last year, the Taliban took over the country. Yes, I was working for the NATO, and also I was working for some foreign organizations. Because of that, I was afraid of being killed by the Taliban, so I escaped from Afghanistan and I came to the NATO.
So fundamentally, fear of being killed.
Yeah,
You know, when Mr. Rashidi left his house, you know, on the morning that our two people in our members of our Afghan team had already left, and they went to, one member actually left, who was Rafi, my partner, and he went to Belgium. And everybody else, there was a Mr. Rashidi, I'm just going to tell the story really fast. And there was one day when they had to get out. We were able to get them on an airplane, and we were able to say, okay, you're going to get out at this time. And it was really touch and go. And we were somehow able to get them into the Netherlands on a plane that would go to the Netherlands, right? In the moment that we said, this was right, we had 119 that day. So in the moment that we said, okay, you need to leave now. Mr. Rashidi, when you left your house, tell them the story about when you left your house.
we were about to have our dinner, just some text, you should move toward the airport. Then we start moving and even I couldn't turn off the TV, just we sat in the car and moved toward the airport.
So the idea is the food's on the stove, the television's on, and I say, you go now. You can't wait even for a moment. You go. And the food's still on the stove and the television's still going, and he and his wife and 3 kids ran out and left the house to go to the airport. Right? That's like the nature of this, right? So I want to know, do you have another question? What, Mr. Rashidi, why you and not somebody else? How do you think about all the other Afghans who are stuck in Afghanistan and people who were killed by the Taliban and who are in jail, but you're not? And how is that for you? How do you think about that?
I'm pretty happy because of that. I'm not under the Taliban, and also I'm thankful for those people who helped me that I'm here. And really sad for my friends, my relatives, and the other people who are living in Afghanistan under the Taliban rule. It's not just being in the jail. Even if you are in your house, it's like a jail living under Taliban.
So how do you sometimes, do you feel guilty that you got out, or do you feel how do you feel about that you got out and they didn't get out?
I don't know. Sometimes I even think it's a dream that I'm here. Yeah,
A dream.
Even today, I was at school with my son. Even today, I was thinking it will be a dream for me that I'm out of Afghanistan. And also, always I feel guilty for my people. You think that you could do something just for maybe some of them, but you didn't. Yes, you feel guilty for that. Yeah, because of the women, you don't know, maybe the women can go to work nowadays, and also we don't have education for the women. After the 6th grade of school, we don't have education for them.
So what the issue is, the Taliban aren't allowing, after the 6th grade, they're not allowing people to go to school. Some women have started taking college classes now, but no, go ahead. Julietta has a question for you.
How come you didn't leave Afghanistan earlier?
Can you repeat that?
Yeah. Why didn't you leave Afghanistan earlier than you did?
Yes, at previous time I left Afghanistan because of Taliban. I went to Iran. Yes, on that time I was curious about something that will change. Afghanistan will change soon, and I will be back to Afghanistan. So I didn't go anywhere. I love my country. Yes, if you live in a small place, you move to another place, you put everything, your good things there. Yeah, because of that, I love to live in Afghanistan. I love to live in Afghanistan. I turned back and I was here for 10 years. After that, when the Taliban came, I was not agreed to leave the country, but because of the Taliban,
So the
I had to do that.
So the idea is that's your country. You love your country. You didn't want to leave. Yeah. I think that's true. You know what I think that when I show you the photos of people, there's no one in those photos that wants to leave their country. Nobody wants to leave. Like, it doesn't matter how it's your home. Like Mr. Rashidi, you had a property. How many trees did you have on your property, Mr. Rashidi?
It's about 280,
Like 250 trees.
trees.
Yeah. So, Mr. Rashidi, you have a minute, one minute and a half. Can you just say something to my class, to people about immigrants? Hang on.
Sometimes I was thinking when I was in Afghanistan, why the people, the immigrants who are going to the countries like Europe or in the United States, but somehow some of them, yes, really extremists, become really extremists. Now I realize that everything, when you go to some places here, you think everyone is against you. Yeah, because of that, some people don't know. Yes, they think, yes, they are against me because I'm Muslim or because I came from a Middle Eastern country or like this. Somehow they just act against them, and it is like that. And also, let me leave that and say you, when you come to somewhere that is hate, yeah, change it, stop that hate, and change it to love. Love everyone, every human, and
So just love people.